Alright, hey guys, it's Travis coming at you on Thursdays. This week's topic is top surgery. As you can see, I have had top surgery. So I'll kind of go in kind of a chronological, per se, order of answering the questions that we're supposed to address, as well as kind of put in my own stuff. Alright, so initially, cost. I had my surgery with Dr. Medalie in Cleveland, Ohio. He charged, it was $5,700 for the double mastectomy with some liposuction under the arms. Plus I spent about $300 in hotel costs. I didn't have to stay for an entire week. I just kind of had to stay the night before the surgery and the night after the surgery, and then I had to come back to Cleveland to have my drains taken out 5 days later. So those hotel costs in total was $300, and then the surgery, like I said, the surgery itself was $5,700, which is approximately what I think Dr. Medalie and Dr. Garamoni charge as far as when it comes to the double incision. I think keyhole is maybe a little bit cheaper. I don't really know. I didn't have that as an option. I had a slightly larger chest prior to having surgery, and it did shrink down probably a whole cup size from binding and being on T. I had surgery like a year after I started T, so my breast tissue had some time to break down from the binding, and I was also working out, trying to build up my chest muscle a little bit as well as that. But because I had a larger chest, because I had, you know, a lot of excess skin, Dr. Medalie did do some liposuction under the arms, but, you know, I kind of flex it, you can see, you know, that there's still a little bit of there. Now, it wasn't there right after I had surgery, and I kind of put on some pounds since I had surgery, so I don't know if that necessarily is from something he didn't do, as in didn't take out enough fatty tissue from my underarms, or if it's just a result from me gaining weight since having the surgery. So don't look at my chest and say, oh shoot, he has dog ears, blah blah blah, I'm going to discount Dr. Medalie. He doesn't do a good job. He does fantastic work. He's a very nice guy. His staff is very, very kind and very quick to answer all of your questions. Stuff I kind of did to prep for surgery. I know, and this varies from doctor to doctor. Dr. Medalie required me to purchase a post-surgical vest to wear after the surgery. Again, that's going to depend on which doctor you go to, but that vest, it didn't really cost a lot. I think it was like $30 or whatever. It wasn't that big a deal. But some stuff I did, and some tips for before you go to have surgery, if you're doing it somewhere local where you can come home, or before you go to fly somewhere, take as much as you can with you or locate it before you can, before you go in for surgery and bring it back to your hotel. You want to kind of make sure things are at level, you know, like probably about yay high, about with your waist, because you have to remember that once you have the surgery, you're not going to be able to put your arms up. I think after surgery, for like the first week or two, I could lift my arms like maybe this much, and then slowly I got to lift it more. But you lose a lot of that strength, you know, that you'd be able to pick up a jug of milk or pick up a jug of juice or, you know, anything like that. So you have to kind of keep in mind that you're going to have limited mobility and limited range of motion, so you want to make sure things that you're going to need on a daily basis, or foods that you're going to want to eat, or drinks that you're going to want to drink, are at a level to where you're not going to have to raise your arms to a level of discomfort, at least for that first week. Once the drains come out, you get a little bit more mobility, but you still have to kind of be careful because it's still tender and it's still healing. But, so you want to try and get stuff, juice boxes, food that's going to be easy for you to open, chips. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really have a whole lot of pain, so I kind of prepped. I got the straws, I got paper cups, I put juice into smaller containers, I had plastic silverware so I didn't have to worry about dishes. You know, I did all kinds of stuff. You know, went, had the surgery, got my prescription for hydrocodone. It took a total of, I think, I took one right when the prescription got filled, went back to the hotel, ate some leftover pizza and breadsticks, fell asleep, woke up, took another one, fell asleep some more. But, I mean, after that, I was taking ibuprofen, Advil, from pretty much the second day after the surgery on. I didn't have a lot of pain, so a lot of the stuff that I foresaw as far as keeping things down low and this and that, I didn't really need to because it didn't hurt, you know, to go up and lift. So, but again, every case is different. So having the paper plates handy, having the plastic cups, having juice boxes, having, you know, smaller things of chips, or if you like a particular juice that comes in a larger container, put it into smaller containers so you don't have to mess with it. Pre-open, you know, if you run out of jelly and you're going to want PB&J, make sure you open that jar before you go and have surgery. That way you don't have to muscle it or anything like that. Sleeping. After you have chest surgery, for about the first, at least the first 5 days, I could not lay flat on my back, and I had to sleep in a semi-sitting up position because the pressure just felt ridiculous once you laid down. It was like, oh my god, there's something sitting on my chest. So you kind of have to sleep half sitting up for a while, and then you kind of progress to being able to lay down on your back, but not being able to lay so much on your sides or on your stomach right away. So if you strictly sleep on your stomach, some adjustment for you. That was probably the hardest part for me, was sleeping, because I typically sleep on my side and I sleep on my stomach, so sleeping on my back or sleeping slightly sitting up was kind of an issue for me. But button-up shirts, keep those in handy, because again, you're not going to be able to put your hands over your head to put on a t-shirt. I needed assistance for like the first couple, you know, days, I think week or two maybe, to get the shirts on. So I often wore the same shirt if I didn't have anyone around to take it off for me. So it kind of sucked. Not showering for the first 5 days kind of sucks. Baby wipes, I recommend those because you're going to get kind of sticky, so you might want to at least wipe yourself down. Now again, I'm just going to say, if you have somebody there that's going to be with you, like if you're flying out of state and you're going to have a friend with you to help take care of you, a lot of these concerns and a lot of the stuff I've been talking about don't really pertain. But if you're going to be in a situation where your partner or your roommates are gone for 8 hours a day at work, then a lot of having the stuff down low and this and that, you know, works better. I didn't have somebody with me 24/7. I was living with an ex, and she went to work during the day, so I was pretty much on my own, so I had to make sure that I could get to everything and do everything on my own. But I mean, you figure it out. I was out of work for a month. I wanted to be out for 2 months, but my short-term disability didn't play out, and so I ended up getting screwed by my company and having to go back to work after a month, which wasn't a big deal. Dr. Medalie recommends no heavy lifting for like 8 weeks, but you can go back to work after 4. So I just was on, you know, light duty restriction, and I couldn't lift a whole lot for, you know, first couple weeks after I went back to work, but other than that, it wasn't a big deal. Played a lot of video games, watched a lot of movies. Lifetime Movie Network will suck you in. Don't ever, if you ever turn that channel on, just watch one movie and then turn that bitch off, because if not, then the next one starts, then you get sucked into that one. Oh, it was horrible. I don't know how many days I spent watching Lifetime Movie Network. I know that sounds kind of gay, but when you're home all day, and then you shit on in the middle of the day, okay? So, it was better than talk shows. Played video games, like I said, read books, slept a lot. Can't really drive for the first couple of weeks, because again, you're like limited to this. So if you don't have to make any turns, you're good to go, because trying to turn your car in a, can't lift my arm situation doesn't really work so well. But yeah, I think that's it. I mean, overall, it wasn't too bad. Like I said, I wasn't in a lot of pain, but I've heard a lot of guys say that they were in a lot of pain. Big thing, and I know a lot of guys are tempted, and you're all excited, go, you get your surgery, you want to go out, you want to be in the sunshine, you want to have no shirt on. Don't do it. If you're gonna do it, make sure you put sunscreen on your scars every, fucking half hour. They recommend you stay out of direct sunlight for, I think, the first year. I know I kept my scars covered pretty much 99% of the time when I was outside for the first year, and I just started being able to be outside without having to have anything covering my scars for a while now. I mean, my scars have faded pretty well. They don't look too bad. Most people nowadays don't even notice, and they wouldn't even think the difference. I mean, most guys would think that little bit of fat, the dog ear I got going on, would cause people to cause some questions, but fuck it, I got a spare tire going on around my waist I'm trying to get rid of right now, so really, little fucking fat underneath, the armpits isn't a big deal. I'll probably get it taken care of, maybe, I don't know. Again, it's not that big of a deal, so I'm not really going to bitch and complain about it, because Dr. Medalie did a fantastic job on my chest, and as far as I'm concerned, the dog ear is not a result of anything that he did. I'm pretty sure it's associated with my weight gain. But, yeah, Dr. Medalie, Cleveland, Ohio, $5,700 for surgery. Fantastic guy. Check him out if you're in the Midwest. Definitely recommend him. Yeah, and if you have any other questions or clarification on anything I stated, I think I pretty much covered it all. Tried to think as much as I could. It's really not that scary. But again, it's kind of costly, so I know a lot of guys have to push it off for a while, but it's well worth it. Take care of your body. Do what the doctors tell you once it's done. And yeah, I think that's it. So hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week, or I don't know what the topic is. But yeah, alright guys, have a good week. Hit me up if you got any further questions. Bye.